Guys, my name is Elizabeth and welcome back to my channel, or just welcome if you're new here. Okay, so as you can see around, we are in my classroom. That's like the little sink area. That is like, hold on, that's like the actual classroom. My Promethean board, the writing that's over here and over here. The kids used it for a test yesterday. I'm gonna erase that because today's the day, well, it's my day before winter break. There is my desk. It looks like a hot mess. That printer doesn't work. It was here already. And that's really it. Anyways, so it is December, mid-December, and I haven't done a reading vlog in a while. Actually, I haven't done it probably in like 6 months because the last time I did one, oh no, it hasn't been 6 months. It was like at the beginning of August. Anywho, I'm itching to do another one, but I wanted to do it with a specific series, and it's finally time to start that series. Yes, I know I am behind because everybody and their mother has probably already read this series, but I haven't. And this is going to be a spoiler-free reading vlog, but it is the Chestnut Springs series. I'm finally starting it after chasing down all the books, believe it or not, because my Walmart didn't have, I forgot the name of the blue one, but they didn't have the blue one. They didn't have the peachy one. And my Walmart didn't either. And I would send like my former students who were in high school, because I teach elementary this year, hey, if you go to Walmart and you see that book, please get it for me. I will honestly pay you for it. They never saw it either, so I had to get it from Barnes. But anyways, today we're going to start with, put this far away, Flawless. I kind of like to go into books blind, so I really don't know what this one is about. But either way, I'm excited. I don't think I'm going to finish it by the end of December, and that's fine, because I'm going on vacation tomorrow at like 3 in the morning. We're leaving, and we're going with my mom, so I probably will not have a lot of time to read while on vacation, but that's okay, because I already met my reading goal for the year anyways, which was 50 books. This would technically be, I think, book 55. I have to check my Goodreads, but this would technically be book 55 of the year, so I'm well past my goal, and it's fine, because as long as I'm reading, it doesn't matter. And I just had to show you. My best friend, she got me this bookmark years ago. Look at it. She knows I love Beauty and the Beast. So it's got the rose. It's got this little one hanging off. It's like a felt material, but it's adorable. And I don't know. Hold on, because I'm holding the camera. I just think that this looks so cute together. So anyways, I'm excited to finally dive into the Chestnut Springs series. So as soon as I make any more headway into the book, I will update you guys. Okay guys, it's been a hot minute since I have updated you on my progress with Flawless, I think it is, that I'm reading, because I don't know, so many books in that series that I forgot the name of the first one. Got back from vacation a few days ago, so I have not finished reading the book. I actually read more than I thought I would, which was good. I'm up to like 70%. I've not really had the chance to update you guys, but that is okay. Hold on, sorry, there was like a little, I'm at my park walking with my son. My daughter's riding her bike with my husband, and there was this is like a park ranger, one of the ones that picks up the trash and stuff like that. Anyways, the book is good. I heard a lot of people say that they did not like the first book. I don't know why. I'm eating it up. I do say they have like 2 months, because she's like she's his agent's daughter, and she has to work with him for 2 months because he's like digging himself into a hole over milk, literally over milk, and just people being stupid about a comment that he said about milk and dairy products, whatever. And within 2 months, they've already fallen in love. It's like, that to me is a little lovey-dovey soon, but it's okay. Oh, sorry, I haven't walked like this in a while, but I am enjoying it. My son wants something, so I will update you guys when I have more to update you guys on. Okay, I'm back, and I think I just hit like the main conflict of the book. So Summer, that's the main character, her dad had a heart attack. Her cardiologist, she had heart surgery. I think it was open heart surgery, but she was younger, and her cardiologist, I guess, is the one that's in charge of taking care of her dad. And her cardiologist is calling her, but there's something between her and the cardiologist. I'm not going to say because I don't want it to be a spoiler. And she's ignoring it. Of course, she's with Rhett now, our cowboy. And then her sister, her estranged sister, calls. And she answers, because she finds it weird that her sister is so concerned where she's at and that her sister's calling. And it turns out that their dad had a heart attack. Fine. Everything, like Summer's big secret, has just been revealed. And oh my, poor girl. I want to know how they're going to recover from this. I want to know what is going to happen with the cardiologist. I don't have a relationship with my father. Let me go this way because it's did not know that this was here. Sorry, I'm still walking. I don't have a relationship with my father. Oh, no, that's on the other side, never mind. But I do hope that the dad is okay. So I will get back to you when I read more. Okay, so I finished the first book. Not sure if I updated you guys on that because it's been quite a few days. It's been a whirlwind. I have a few videos that I need to edit and upload, but I can't because I have a feeling that the charger to my laptop died. So I ordered a new one and it hasn't come in yet. I don't understand. It comes in 2 days with Amazon, but it's like sometimes you pay like $25 of something and it ships overnight for free. Whatever. So I'm waiting for my charger to come in. But anyways, I am reading the second book, Heartless. And thank goodness I am reading it on my Kindle because I will show you right now. Yesterday I went to mark in the physical book exactly where I'm at. And let me see if I can find pages of what it some perfect. Okay, so I was on chapter 9, not anymore. But I don't know if you can tell, but it's like all of this is missing. And I'm sorry if I'm talking low, my daughter's sleeping in the car, so I'm kind of doing this. But anyways, it's like all of that is missing. I don't know if the rest of the book is like that. It seems, yeah, it is, because even chapter 22 has that. So, and it bothers me because I got this book in July of last year, so I haven't even had it for a year and I didn't notice it. So no, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But anyways, I am on book 2 of the Chestnut Springs series, which is Heartless. It is a single dad trope. If you read the first one, you kind of get an idea because you are introduced to this main character. His name is Cade, and you do know that he is a single dad. But we dive a little bit into it. We know that Luke is the son. Luke's mom left. We don't know why. I don't know where she is, at least so far. I don't know any of that. I do know that Cade feels responsible for everyone, and I'm not a single parent, but just as a parent in general, there are some things that he says. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, where he says, okay, and this is something that for me, okay, good, I can go back to the pages. Sorry, because I'm doing this for the first time on my Kindle. Because like I said, thank goodness I'm reading it on my Kindle. Because if not, the problems that we had. Let me see if I can just see what it says. Oh, I can just delete it. Okay. So anyways, one of the things that he says in the book is, I don't want to sound like some insane helicopter parent. I try so hard not to be, even though I'm freaking out internally 90% of the time. Hoping I'm doing this whole parenting thing right. Obviously, he feels that even more as a single parent, but as any type of parent, I feel that you would feel that anyways. And it's like silly little things like that. And then he's like, because he found his kid, his dad was babysitting his kid while he had a night out with his brothers. And he comes in and he says that they're sleeping on the couch. They fell asleep. And he's like, oh, every time I see my son, it makes me smile. And he thinks back to when Luke's mom was pregnant with him, the little kicks that he would feel. Even though she would say that it was uncomfortable for her, he remembers the kicks. And I know that as a mom, as soon as you find out that you're pregnant, you feel it in your bones, that protectiveness. And I'm just curious if men feel that way, because I know that it didn't really sink in from my husband with my daughter that I was pregnant until he started feeling her kick. But I don't know. I just found that so sweet, and it's like, yes, I didn't have bad pregnancies. I would not have a third child because I wouldn't. Not my situation doesn't call for it. But sometimes I do miss that part of pregnancy, being able to feel the little kicks and feeling them just always being with you and you being able to protect them. Because when they're out, you can't really protect them as much as you can than when they're inside of you. But I don't know. I just had to share that. I'm liking the book. It is kind of a slow burn. I'm about 30% in and it's been slow so far. I mean, he's attracted to her physically. she's starting to, well, she recognizes that he's handsome and that he's good looking, but now is when her attraction to him, because she's the nanny, she's taking care of Luke for the summer, is starting to sink in. We're finding out she's a little bit of a wild child, and there's an age gap. He is 8 years older than her. She is 25, he is 32. Now, to some people that may be a big age gap, or is it more? I know I wrote it down, but now I don't remember. Maybe it was 13 years, or was somebody else 13 years? I don't remember. It's either like 8 or 13 years. That to me is kind of like, if I remember correctly, and it is 13 years, because I know I wrote that, like on a note, on my Kindle. But if it is 13 years, I think that is kind of big for an age gap. I mean, my husband is 8 years older than me. He's not even 8. But let me see. I think I did write it. 13 years. Okay, so yes, it is kind of a big age gap. But I don't know. I guess it's working for them. I had a bad experience. I told myself I would never date younger again. And here I am married to a man that's 8 years older than me. But I still don't think it's that bad. Either way, I will come back when I have more of an update for Heartless. And I'll let you know what I end up doing with the book. I might just have to buy it again. And I don't know. I don't even feel like donating this one because it's like, it's so bad. But either way, I'll come back. So I need to charge this camera, but I am driving, as you can see. I'm 39% into the book, Heartless. Guys, I haven't really been reading it like focus too much, but when I can, it's like I cannot stop. Today was a spontaneous day. I needed my refrigerator fixed, and the technician texted me at like before 7 in the morning. They were gonna come between 8 and 12. So I literally drove 30 to 40 minutes away to drop my kid off at school, because she goes to school where I work, and I don't live in my city. I work in Miami, but I don't live in like the center of Miami. So I live about 30 minutes outside. But if you put Miami on my address, it gets there. But anyways, whatever. Too much information. But I literally dropped her off, and then I went back home for like a 10-minute visit, because as soon as I explained to him what the problem was, he's like, oh yeah, you need a part ordered. I have to order it for you. They're gonna call you when the part gets in, and then another technician's gonna go and fix it. Hopefully by next week the refrigerator is working fine. Anyway, so today is one of those days that I haven't had time to like sit and read this book. I've been listening to other books, but oh my god, it's like this book is such a slow burn. And yes, he is 13 years older than her, but I am loving it. They're currently playing, she was currently playing a game of hide and seek with Luke, his son. And he kind of, he's off of work or whatever, and he is starting to play along with them. And he's like, we're playing a game of cat and mouse, and he's like, oh my god, I can't, because I don't want to say it. Because number one, I don't know what's going to happen. And number two, if what I'm thinking does happen, because mind you, 40% into the book and they haven't even kissed yet. Like, they're admitting to each other that they like each other, but they haven't admitted it to each other, although they kind of get the idea, but they just haven't admitted it out loud to each other. But oh my god, they haven't even kissed, in other words. And I'm hoping that happens now, but I don't know, because I'm like, nope, I have to whip out the camera and I have to update, because I haven't updated you guys. Sorry if I'm not really looking. I have to put on my sunglasses now because it's Miami and the sun is unbearable, but I had to update you guys because I can't. I am loving it, and I hate the fact that every time I have to stop reading, it's in like one of the good parts. Tomorrow I don't work, thankfully, so I don't know how much I have left in the book. It's probably about 4 hours and a half. I think I saw that yesterday, and I really haven't read much of that book today in particular. But so I don't think I'll finish the book today, but I do want to get a good chunk of the book done because it is so good. Like I said, I am really, really hoping that they finally kiss, because they haven't even done that, and I am dying. Hopefully I am still within frame because I cannot see. So hopefully I took off my sunglasses to make sure that I can see you guys in the viewfinder. But yes, Hopefully they kiss. I will let you know when there is another update, because I am loving this book. I have to say, I am liking it more than the first one. I don't know why. The first one, it wasn't bad. Like I said, it was not a bad book, but this one just has me hooked a lot more, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because of Luke. Maybe it's because I see things kind of through his eyes, because I am a parent. I'm not a dad, but I am a parent. I'm not a single parent, but still, I think all parents in general have the same, I wouldn't say struggles, but the same worries and the same wants for their children. So it could be that maybe I feel that part of Cade because he is a parent, but it is so good, guys. I am so invested. I will update you guys whenever I have something else to update you guys about. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember the last time I updated you guys. I think it was during Heartless, where I wanted them to kiss, because it was like halfway through the book and they hadn't even kissed. Since then, I read Heartless, which is the second book. I read Powerless, which is the third book, and I'm halfway through Reckless, which is the fourth book. So I'm so sorry. I've been horrible at updating you guys, but life has just been rough. But I am so enjoying the books. So I don't even know where to start. So much to catch you guys up on. I loved Cade's story with Willa. That's book 2. That's Heartless. I loved it. I'm really weird. I don't like to annotate my books, but on my Kindle, I do highlight and I do put notes. There was a lot of things that got to me as a mom that like Cade would say about his son, Lucas. And I was like, yep, that's exactly how it feels. There was a twist at the end that I didn't expect it. I don't know, like I didn't expect it, and I feel that it really didn't need to happen, but it worked out at the end. But I kind of didn't like that little twist. If you've read the series, or at least that book, you know what I'm talking about, because it affected the 3 of them. Yes, Willa, Cade, and Lucas. Yes, it affected the 3 of them. But I'm not gonna mention that. We find out that Lucas's mom walked out on him and Cade. As a mother, I don't know how you can do that, because I don't care how tough it is, or if you're having issues with your husband, your kid shouldn't have to pay for that, but it is what it is. But that I've loved that book. I think that's been my favorite book so far. I think I gave it a 4-star because it didn't give me that 5-star feeling, but I loved it. And then book 3 was Powerless, which is Jasper and Sloane's story. So Jasper is like the adopted brother, and then Sloane is the cousin of the actual Eaton family. Jasper is like the adopted one. It made me feel that he was adopted into the family when they were much younger, but from my understanding, he was kind of taken in by the Eatons when he was like 16, 17, or 18. He was in high school. But I'm glad that he's got that friendship, that brotherhood, because I have a friend like that. We've been friends for quite a long time. I almost said how long, but she's my oldest friend, so to speak. Like her and I have been friends the longest out of all my friends. So I know she is my sister. So I kind of related on that end. Thank God Sloane did not end up in the situation she was going to end up with Mr. Woodcock. I thought the story would play out kind of differently, but it wasn't bad. I kind of don't like the fact that they always liked each other, but they never like said it. Well, everybody knew that she liked him, I guess, because she made it obvious. But it's like, I understand why he didn't go, because it had to do something. You guys can't even see me too well, sorry. Because it had to do something with like her dad. But it's like, I don't know why. Why didn't he do what he did at the end, where he found out if whatever the dad threatened could happen? Why didn't he do it sooner? I don't know. And he kept saying, oh, because I'm so much older than her. He wasn't older than her. He was like, what, 5 years older than her? Not that big of an age difference. Not considering the fact that Cade and Will are freaking 13 years apart. And the back of the book says it. So I don't think that a 5-year difference is all that much. It's like 4 or 5 years. It's really not that big of a difference. That book I liked. I think I gave it a 4-star too. So far, I've given all the books 4 stars because they've been really good. It's like Elsie Silver, she has like this way, at least for me, to just keep reading and reading and reading and not wanting to stop. And every time I have to stop, it's like, oh gosh, hate the fact that I have to stop. So now I'm halfway through the fourth book, which is Reckless. It's Theo and Winter's story. So I'm glad that they kind of addressed Winter because I was wondering about her. Considering everything that happened with Summer and with Summer and Winter, I was wondering. I'm like, whatever happened to Winter? So we find out, and you know what? This is not going to be a spoiler because it's in the back of the book. She had a one night stand with Theo, and she became pregnant from that one night stand. So just like as things progressed, I was like, okay, I do not like the fact that it happened the way that it did. Another thing, she is older than him by like 2 years. I'm sorry, I've said it before. I do not like it. And I know it's not that big of a deal, but I do not like it when the girl is older than the guy. That's just personal preference. So I was like, ugh, I'm not I'm here, sorry. I was like, ugh, I'm not really gonna like this book. But you know what? The joke is on me because I cannot stop reading it. I have about 4 hours left according to my Kindle. And I want to finish that tonight, as you can see. I got a sweater because it's not cold in my room like it was like the last time that I filmed something. But it is like in the 50s and it's been like that all day here in South Florida. And I love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm a winter baby. But if for South Florida, it's like for us, it's cold. And my hands, not now because I don't know. I guess the air isn't on in my room. But it's like my hands are freaking popsicles in here. But anyway, so let's see. So they had a one night stand. She became pregnant. And now it's just the developing relationship between him and the daughter. And then she feels, because I guess of the trauma of the way that she grew up with Summer, she feels that no one can love her. And he wants to prove to her that she isn't as unlovable or as unlikable as she feels she is. So he's kind of like, the way he says it, to thaw her. And I think it's cute, the things that he's doing. I like that he has stepped up to his responsibility of being a father, because a lot of men in real life don't do that. Yes, I know he's in a book, but still. It's cute to see his development and how he's developing a relationship with his daughter, even though she's literally a baby. She's like 9 months old, but still. He has some regrets as to some of the way things have turned out. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want it to be a spoiler. I don't remember if it's in the back of the book. But so far, so good. The fact, it's still at the back of my head that she's older, but it's working. Everybody knows that they like each other. He's making it obvious that he likes her. But she kind of like, oh, you didn't want to be tied to me with a kid. It just happened. So you can go ahead. Hold on. Sorry, they were making an announcement. I forgot what I was saying. But either way, he wants to prove to her that she's not as unlovable or as unlikable as she feels that she is. So, and she feels that he can, in other words, kind of like do better because he didn't want to be tied down with a baby. But he wants to prove to her that it doesn't matter. That baby's here, but it's not a big deal because he wants her anyways. And he always wanted her. He didn't want anybody else. Ever since he saw her, he always wanted her. So, like I said, I want to finish the book today because I'm really honestly loving the series. And I'm going to be so sad when it's over. But she does have her Off to the Races series, which was, I think, the first series that she ever wrote. And she's writing like the Wild series, like the Wild Love and the Wild Eyes or something like that. So I'll probably get those when when the series is complete, because I don't like waiting for books because then I forget what happens, which is why I like to read them back to back. So hopefully I will update you guys soon on my thoughts on Reckless. Guys, so another update. I finished Reckless on Sunday night. I didn't finish it Friday. I was exhausted on Friday. And I was like mentally exhausted on Saturday too. And I couldn't finish it, so I finished it Sunday. It wasn't my favorite book in the series. I did give it a 4. So far, it's been a 4-star series. And none of them have given me like that 5-star feeling. But this one, there was a part at the end. Sorry, I just had some crackers. I was hungry. There was a part at the end where something happens between Winter, Theo, and then Winter's ex, Rob. And it has to do, and this is not going to be a spoiler because it says it at the end, like in the synopsis of the back of the book, that there was a positive pregnancy test. So that positive pregnancy test resulted in a baby. So I had to do, it involved Winter, the baby, Rob, and then Theo. Whatever it was resolved, and then Winter had a surprise for Theo. Um, one of the things I kind of figured out what it was. The second one I didn't expect. It has to do with the baby. Sorry, I was hungry, and it was so sweet. So sweet. Oh, and then also Theo's mom was involved in that. So those of you that have read it, you guys know exactly what part I'm talking about. But it was so sweet. That part was the only part of the book that made me cry. Still didn't give me the 5-star tinglies, but it did make me cry. So as soon as I finished that book, I picked up the last one, which is Hopeless, and that's Beau's book, the one that supposedly everyone was longing for. This one is a fake engagement trope. It's in the back of the book, and it's with Bailey. She is the sister of like the people who own the property next to the Eatons. So she is a Jensen, and that family is not the best family. Nobody likes them. They are a bunch of delinquents. So they kind of like everyone in the town kind of treats Bailey that way. So Beau goes to the bar where she works, and he kind of likes what he sees. Now there's a pattern with Elsie Silver because Beau is also 13 years older than Bailey. So I don't know what it is with this woman and like the number 13, but hey, if it works for her, it works for her. So they strike up a deal because she wants to get out of that town, and start fresh. But she feels that just because of her last name, the Jensen last name, everyone in town misjudges her. And like, for example, she can't get a rent, she can't get a job, she can't do this and she can't do that because everyone like strikes her out just because they know that she's a Jensen and she's related to the delinquent family. So her and Beau strike up a deal where they pretend to be fake engaged. She'll adopt the Eaton last name and more opportunities will be open for her. And what was in it for him? Oh, and he can get his family off his back because he's a soldier and he comes back. And he has like PTSD and he suffered an accident over there, which you already know if you've read the first part of the series. I'm just not going to tell you exactly what it was because it's not revealed what it was until this book. So he's like, if we date, you're going to get, treated better because you're going to be with me, technically. And then I'm going to have my family off my back because they're constantly worried as to what I'm doing and who I'm hanging out with and blah, blah, blah. So that's where they're currently at. He bought her a ring. Her brothers already want to pawn it. So that comes to let you know the type of people that they are. They're having a family dinner at the Eatons. And today's the first day that he has introduced his family to Bailey. So no one in his family knew that they were dating or less engaged. So far, it hasn't been bad. I'm about 30% into the book. Today I'm not going to be able to read too much more. Like me cuesta trabajo. It's a little bit harder to read during the week. But I hope to finish it by Friday because I want to be able to finish this book in January. So let's see. Next time I have something to update you guys on, I will update you guys. Okay, guys. So sorry if the music is a little loud, but I am in my classroom. And today's one of those days that, okay, so it's Wednesday. My kids come out early on Wednesday. So I kind of have like this planning time to me. I don't want to do anything. We're planning a field trip. So that part is already done because that needs to get turned in. So I have like all the kids' names and their addresses and everything. But it's like, I don't want to do anything else. I want to read my book. But that's why I hopped on here because I finished the Chestnut Springs series. I finished it over the weekend. I couldn't on Friday. I tried, but I was way too tired. But I finished it. And I know it's been a few days after I finished it, but I honestly have not had time to pop on here and update you guys. So I finished it. Hopeless was not one of my favorites either. I would have to say that book 2, Heartless, was. I guess it's just because the aspect of him being a single dad. I mean, I'm not a single dad, but the way he expressed himself about being a parent kind of resonated with me. And I don't know, there was just something about that book. I'm gonna be honest. By the end of the series, I guess because I read them back to back, I was so over it. I am so over it. I don't want to pick up a cowboy romance for a while. But it did get me wondering because in the Rose Hill series, it is Willa's brother Ford. So does that makes me wonder if her first series, I forgot what it's called now, the Golden Ranches or something like that series, the very first one she ever wrote. I wonder if that has anything to do with this series. So now I guess I'm gonna have to read that one when I get a breather from Cowboy Romances and see if they are interconnected somehow. But either way, it was a great series. I'm glad I read it. Overall, it's a 4-star series. Not one of the books was 5 stars, at least for me. Not one of them was, but I do recommend the series. So I'm glad that I read them all. They are off my physical TBR for this year. That means that I can go shopping for more books or just continue working on my physical TBR, because that to me, I've made a huge dent so far, at least with 5 books off my list. That's great for me. And I'll catch you guys in the next vlog. So have a great day, guys. Bye.